Hi, my name's Andy, and this is my wife Joanna, and we're from the Horsham congregation. And we'd just like to share our testimony with you how God's been faithful to us during lockdown. So during lockdown, our family grew from 3 to 4. When we entered lockdown, we were 33 weeks pregnant.
As well as being 33 weeks pregnant, I was also having a high-risk pregnancy due to my type 1 diabetes. I've always been a patient at King's College Hospital in London, and our first child, Ellie, was born there, so the plan was always for Abby to be born there as well. At week 36, the doctors told us at our appointment that they would need to do a planned C-section a week later due to her size, because she was getting big due to my diabetes. We felt at that time we were getting increasingly concerned about the levels of coronavirus at the London hospitals, so we both were feeling nudges in our spirit to switch to a hospital closer to where we live.
Yeah, so at the last minute, we switched to East Surrey Hospital in Redhill, literally a week before the birth. And we were a bit daunted really on how to get ourselves connected into this big bureaucracy, this big organisation where we didn't know any of the specialists or nurses or doctors, and they didn't know us. But God immediately had things sorted. He got Joe connected with diabetes specialists and doctors, and within 24 hours we were booked into the system, which was amazing.
So the night before our mission, Karen Pooley from our small group called to pray with me, and she also mentioned that there's a midwife from the Crawley congregation who works at East Surrey, and that her name is Joanna Thomas. If you fast forward to the next morning, we got to the hospital bright and early and went to our ward, and the first person that we met was a midwife, and she introduced herself, and her name was Joanna Thomas. In that moment, I just felt this peace from God that He knew exactly what was going on, and that He would take care of us, and that He used Joanna Thomas to do that.
Yeah, just before we entered the operating theatre, Joanna had us sit down and she prayed with us, which was really great. Now, unlike most the couples who are going to give birth, they have birth plans and everything, but we weren't organised at all. So when she asked us what music we wanted playing during the operation, we just didn't know. And she suggested worship music, so of course we said yes. And before we knew it, Joanna had her iPhone playlist hooked up to the hospital ward speakers playing worship music, which was great. And at the very moment that Abby was plucked from Joe's tummy, that Carrie Jones song of blessing was playing, which was just wonderful.
So what have we learned during the lockdown? We learned that God, even in the midst of a global pandemic, isn't too busy to care about the details of our lives. And even if we're tempted to think that way, He wants us to include Him in the small details of our lives, and He'll be faithful to meet all of our needs.